So here we are in Turnabout. There are 3 different places you can put a choke point. You can put one here, and you force them to have to come up and around and down. You can put one here that forces them to go down and back up and around. Or you can put one here that is basically the opposite way, which forces them to go up and around and down and back. I chose this area just because it's in the opposite corner to here, which is where they start up. Now, first thing I'm going to be doing is making a gun tower, letting them go, and then I'll be blocking off this entrance, and then blocking off this area, so they're forced to go up and around. Extra resources are really important at the first 7 levels of this map, so I always milk it, then I wait until I can get my command tower in. Command tower is really important if you want a high score. Well, a really high score. We should be well into the 90s, 90,000 on this. Next I'll be upgrading these 2 to yellow and then to red. I need the extra firepower, which is why I'm not upgrading just 1 to red. There we go. Now I'm going to be upgrading them to red. There's a lot of different ways of doing this. There's a lot of different build orders you can do. I think my highest so far is like 105,000 for a score. It just depends on what you decide to build, what you don't. I overbuild the first few times I beat it, and then I just start paring down. I probably haven't pared down as much as I could have. Okay, next I'm going to be upgrading my command tower to red. Alright. And then I'll be upgrading these guys to yellow. And then middle guy to red. Next, I'm going to be putting in a gun tower here and a gun tower here. That forces these side guys to have to go all the way around, and it slows them down. Then I'll be putting in a temporal tower here and a temporal tower here. Now we wait and we get a little bit of money. So next I'll be upgrading these 2 side towers to yellow. And then we'll be upgrading all the towers to red. Gun towers, that is. So now all your gun towers are red, your command tower is red. We're going to wait for a bit now. We're going to let money come in. When the first set of boss mobs come in, that is when we will make cannon towers and upgrade the temporal towers. In short, it'll be a while. So as I said, you need the money until wave 7. After that, I save the money and I let the interest keep building up. Because that's how I am. Alright, next we have bosses coming in. So I will build 3 cannon towers. 1, 2, 3. And I will upgrade both of my temporal towers. And then we'll let it sit again. And I will upgrade this temporal tower now to red. This temporal tower to red. I'm going to upgrade the middle cannon tower to red. Then I'll upgrade other cannon towers. And we're basically finished now. You can make a nice little maze up here if you want, just in case you think some are going to come up back through. They'll be forced to go down through here and here, but I've played it with this setup quite a few times and I've never seen them come through. So it's up to you how you want to play it. You can probably make a little bit more money if I show you where that command tower is. Say it doesn't really get everywhere where the mobs are dying. So if you put one up here, you might be getting a little bit more. If you put one down here, because mobs end up dying in this area, you might get a little bit more. But, Ray, Whisk, Reward, I don't know which would be better. Haven't really played around with it this much. This will get you, as I said, easily into the 90s. So, another thing you can do is you can make like a gun tower here, slow things down if you want. Up to you how you want to play it. But, you know, you can make lines of gun towers if you wanted to. You'll end up with plenty of money here. So now we're on wave 20 out of 25. Yeah, so my highest score, since there's nothing more to do, was around 105,000, I think. 106 maybe. I'm sure I can get higher than that. I'm sure not all of this needs to get built up. Or if I put anything extra, maybe up in this area. Tried a maze up top here instead of the bottom one. I mean, a really intricate maze. And what happened was they would grab all my cores, they would hit this maze, they would die. I'd win, but I wouldn't have as much money because you need the extra money that the cores give you. If your cores are taken out of its little container area, you'll end up with less interest. So really important to, you know, not have that. Alright, so here we are. We're at the last level. And you've got 4 slow guys and 4 fast guys. All it is time. You can build more cannon towers too. It would probably kill things a little bit faster. I don't think it would be worth it, but you could always try. Or make one of these guys a cannon tower rather than a gun tower. Since gun towers have a slight problem of not being able to hit things right next to them, I usually end up building them sort of as a second line. No flying things on this one, in case you didn't notice. Very strange that. So here we go. We got 30,000 resources. Last guy just died, and you'll get 90,000 easily. 98,774. You needed 66.5 for a gold medal. There you go.